Okay, so maybe eggplant isn't everything, but it's one of my favorite childhood meals that my mom used to make me, so I just wanted to share her original recipe with you. I'm using one regular eggplant for this recipe, or you could just use 2 Japanese eggplants. The only difference between the 2 eggplants is the shape, but my mom always used Japanese eggplants. Alright, so yeah, 1 bell pepper, 4 green onion stalks, and then soy sauce or liquid aminos, and some rice, of course. Yeah, and I'm just being weird here. And then also, I'm not going to show you how to make rice, but make rice ahead of time so you can eat it with the eggplant. So cut the eggplant into 1/2 inch thickness slices, and then if you're using the Japanese eggplant, you can just cut them in diagonal slices that are also 1/2 inch thick. And as you can see, I'm cutting them into quarters. So while you're cutting these, I would recommend turning on the stove and heating up the pan until it's up to temperature at medium heat, but don't add any of the oil into the pan. So my mom would always just cook these on the stove without oil until they started to brown and become kind of fragrant. And I don't really know why that is, but I think it's just to help it cook faster. Also, try to make sure that when you're letting them cook that they all have contact with the pan so they can brown evenly. So just leave those alone and let them brown for a while, and we're just gonna stir them occasionally, but in the meantime, we're going to cut our other vegetables. So cut your bell pepper like so. I like to do strips versus cubes because it's texturally more pleasing. So same thing with the green onion, cut them into little strips. And you don't need to cut any of it really small like I did, I just accidentally did that. So now that the eggplants are nice and browned, now you can add your olive oil, and I probably add about 2 tablespoons at a time, but I honestly never measure. So you're gonna stir that, and then as we go along, we're still gonna keep adding olive oil because we want them all to soak up the olive oil and turn yellow. More olive oil. So a lot of them have soaked up the olive oil, so now I'm going to add the bell pepper and let that cook down as well. So once your bell pepper is cooked for about 3 minutes, you can add your soy sauce or aminos. And I think I add about 2 tablespoons at a time as well. So you want this to be pretty salty, so maybe add 1 more tablespoon or potentially another 2 tablespoons if it's not salty enough for your liking. So turn off the heat and go ahead and add your green onions and give it a quick toss. And now you taste it. So that is it for this recipe. It only takes about 20 minutes and it's super delicious. So now I'm gonna go and eat this eggplant. Bye!